Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon, so you never miss any new updates, cause whenever we upload new video you will get a notification on your phone.
Today in my bench I have this Suoer or Suoer, whatever you want to call it, son-20a. It's a digital display charger, 20 amp, and it's rated for 20 amp. This model capable of charging the 12-volt batteries and the 24-volt batteries. It's AC operated, 230 230 volts, but it's made to run on 220 volt AC. This model is an upgraded model for the early model that it is. Just wait a minute till I get it. To the MA 1220A. It's also Suoer, and it's also 20 amps, but this model it is only designed to have an output of 12 volts, and this model had the advantage over this model because it is basically metal. This is plastic casing, this is metal casing, and it is aluminum casing, and also it has this controller which controls the amperage of the output voltage. So this model, it's very reliable, more than this, but this is digital and this is basically a manual controlled. And if we take a look at the current meter, this is an analog current meter and only displays the amperage from 0 to 30, and this is also display the amperage from 0 to whatever this is rated for, but this is basically the same. And as if you take a look closer, just let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, and if this camera would focus. It says here a 12 volt, 24 volt. No, you are not capable to see it. Let me pause this and turn on the flash a little bit. Now it's a lot more better. If you take a look here, there is a switch to switch between the charging voltage, the 12 and the 24, and this is basically a switch for the charging between fast and auto. So this is auto and this is fast. Now the complaint was that this device, the plastic one, it suddenly stopped working, and now I'm going to open it up and see what the problem is. And here is the complete board, has been now unscrewed, or the set is unscrewed, and in order to remove or disassemble this charger, there is, I don't know how much, 6 screws flathead head 6 screws, these ones. You need to remove them, and the entire PC board, it will just slide right out. And if you can see, if I zoom in a little bit here, you can see that there is someone was in here from the solar, and someone replaced the transistors. So someone was in here. And someone break the PCB in this area over here. The fan, it is working, doesn't appear to be stuck or anything. So wow, this is basically the same thing like the other Suoer, the EMA 1220, but in a plastic casing. And this design I like because of the TL 494. It's not SMD, it is a real chip, and it is showing a lot more clearly now on the screen or in the camera. Someone was in here, and there is a burned resistors in here. So I'm going to flip this board to the other side and see what kind of work has been done. Now some idiot what the this is strange. Why did they use this? There is a 100 ohm, and this is not the real value, because basically if I know that it's an upgrade for that model, and they basically use a 47 ohm 200 watt, and this is not the right value. Okay, let me see. 22A. So this is different. Yeah, this is a lot more different than the other one. Okay, yeah, it is a lot more different than the other one. And apparently he replaced the fuse. Yep, he replaced the fuse. I will zoom out a little bit. He replaced the fuse, okay, and he did not isolate it very well. And he also replaced the rectifier bridge diode, and he left it full length, the legs in full length. Wow. Now that transformer, I don't believe that transformer is deformed or has been hit in any way. The transistors, the numbers are 13,009-2. These are definitely a normal NPN transistors. Yes, I confirm that. But in the other Suoer, there is a standby or a starter voltage circuit in order so they can control the charger. The charger is different. This is basically it's like a spin-off of a normal ATX power supply. Basically, it is the same part at the like the ATX power supply, but the only difference that they are using in that design and the ATX a 1 microfarad capacitor over a 400 volts, and this is, wow, way bigger value. This is a 2.2 microfarad over 400 volts, so this is a way bigger value. And if you take a look, this capacitor is not soldered in correctly. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to just confirm that the IC is working fine, and I'm going to test the transistors and test the capacitors and replace this with a normal 47 and test the capacitor which is connected to. Back on the charger, the Suoer charger 20 amp, I disconnect or dissoldered the resistor, the capacitor, and all of these components, like you can see, and I tested each one individually. The transistor, the driver transistor for the transformer, they're okay. The shopper transistors, one of them is failed, and this capacitor is leaking electrolytic from the inside. This is gone. This is in working order, but it is not working fine. So I'm going to replace them with the new ones, and I pull a 1.2 over 1 kV capacitor instead of this one, and I'm going to install this 47 ohm 2 watt resistor instead of the 100 ohm 2 watt resistor. Back on the 20 ampere charger, the Suoer one, I install the switch mode transistors, the NPN high power switch mode transistors, and I replace the 100 ohm with the 47 ohm 2 watt, and I also replace the 100 or the 1000 picofarad 1 kV with a brand new one, because the original one did not measure very well. I kept the capacitors because they are basically working fine, and I also replaced the 2 capacitor filter capacitor, and I replaced the TL494 with the new one because it wasn't giving the right frequency on one of the output pins. And I also replaced this LED with the, and I lowered that drop off resistor, that drive and that power the LED. And I'm going to hook this board to the AC power lines and see will it work or not. I'm betting it will work because basically all the other components are measuring very well. So let's hook it up and let's see. And here's the board on the other side. I already connected a test point to the power input. I also connected a test lead or a power or a test pin to the positive, so I can measure if there is voltage or not. And I'm going to power it up. Okay, let's see. Okay, nothing has been blown, and the LED is lighting up. Let me hook the voltmeter or the VOM and see how much voltage we are getting. Okay. Okay. This is the 50 volt range, and this is the negative, and voila, we are getting the right voltage. It's about 13 volts. So I'm going to get my halogen lamp, the 12 volt halogen lamp, and connect it and see what kind of voltage we are, if this device or this board or this charger, whatever you want to call it, can handle the load. And this is the halogen lamp, a 12 volt, my trusty halogen lamp, and I connected a test pin, and I'm going to power it up. Okay, let's see. The voltage is fine. Let me connect this. Okay, it's normal that it will drop a little bit because this is a very heavy load, about a 5 amp. And it is drawing 5 amp. I'm going to pause this video a little bit and let it run and test, and then I'm going to switch it off and test if there is heat in the component or not. And after running it for a while, I confirm that this device is working fine and there is no heat or everything, and all the components are working very well. So I disconnected the test pins, and I'm going to assemble it in its housing and test it on a 100 amp car battery. And this is all the wires has been soldered in, the power and the output wires has been soldered in, and now it is ready to be installed in the housing. And this is the charger, has been completely assembled, and this is, I hook it to a 1 amp 100 amp battery, 12 volt, and I'm going to power it up and let's see how it will charge. So after leaving the charger on a charging position, after a while of charging the battery, let's see the charging current. The charging current is now 0.7 amps. So this charger is charging the battery very well, and this charger is now fixed. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.